In history, Marcus Aurelius stands as a towering figure, an emblem of supreme authority and a paragon of moral integrity. His reign as a Roman emperor was marked not by the pursuit of opulence and excess, but by a steadfast adherence to principles and a deep-seated philosophical wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, unlike his contemporaries who indulged in the excesses of power, chose a path less traveled. He turned away from the lavish feasts and the brutal entertainments of the Colosseum, seeing in them distractions from his true calling, a calling to serve humanity, a duty he believed was bestowed upon him by fate itself. His life was a testament to the Stoic belief in living with purpose, undistracted by fleeting pleasures. Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, teaches a vital lesson: the importance of discerning between what lies within our control and what does not. This principle, eloquently captured by Epictetus, another luminary of Stoicism, emphasizes that while we cannot control external events, we have absolute dominion over our actions and reactions. This realization opens a gateway to a new understanding of our place in the world, guiding us in our interactions with it. Stoicism, however, is not a call to disengage from the world. Rather, it invites us to embrace our limitations with realism and grace. Stoics believe that fixating on the uncontrollable only leads to unnecessary strife. As Marcus Aurelius himself said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This powerful statement encapsulates the essence of Stoicism, a philosophy that empowers us to find inner strength by focusing on what we can control. In the whirlwind of life, where suffering often stems from our preoccupation with elements beyond our control, it's crucial to recognize the power we hold in shaping our inner peace. This concept, deeply rooted in Stoicism, is vividly exemplified by Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor whose Stoic practices enabled him to navigate the complexities of his reign with remarkable serenity. Aurelius, in his profound meditations, teaches us a vital lesson: the significance of detaching ourselves from external influences. When we fixate on factors outside our sphere of influence, we inadvertently become marionettes, dancing to the tune of fate. It's a common misconception to blame external entities for controlling us, but in truth, it's our voluntary submission to these forces that grants them power. By shifting our focus away from these externalities, we can diminish their influence, paving the way to genuine inner tranquility. Aurelius' mastery in maintaining composure amidst the myriad challenges of his imperial duties is a testament to this philosophy. His focus was unwaveringly fixed on his perceived divine mission, allowing him to rise above the tumultuous waves of external circumstances. Similarly, Epictetus, another Stoic luminary, viewed this detachment as a means to channel energy towards meaningful pursuits. For many, this approach can lead to a life of contentment and freedom from worry. In our modern lives, inundated with constant stimulus and pressures, this Stoic wisdom is more relevant than ever. We must ask ourselves, what are the things we should cease to concern ourselves with? How do we effectively implement this Stoic principle? This exploration into Aurelius's philosophy is not just an academic exercise, but a practical guide to living a more fulfilled life. Consider the words of Seneca: "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This quote encapsulates the essence of Stoicism and serves as a powerful reminder to focus on what is within our control, rather than being ensnared by unfounded worries. By embracing the Stoic practice of focusing on our internal responses rather than external circumstances, we can navigate life's challenges with greater ease and clarity. This video delves into Marcus Aurelius's meditations, offering a modern interpretation and practical advice on how to care less about the uncontrollable and more about cultivating inner peace and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, the ancient Roman emperor, offers profound insights into how we perceive time, the past, present, and future. His teachings, deeply rooted in Stoicism, guide us in understanding our often misplaced concerns about these temporal dimensions. Let's delve into the future first, as it's a common source of anxiety and distress. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, astutely observed that we often suffer more in our imagination than in reality. This is particularly true when we think about the future. Our minds, incredibly adept at conjuring up various scenarios, frequently imagine outcomes that are unlikely to occur. This tendency to overthink about the future can lead to unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius believed that it's not the future itself that burdens us, rather, it's our current thoughts and reactions to these imagined futures that weigh us down. In essence, the pain we associate with future events is experienced in the present. This is a crucial distinction. When we worry excessively about what the future holds, we allow these concerns to overshadow our present, making life more burdensome than it needs to be. However, it's important to recognize that the future can also surprise us, often in ways we never anticipated. Sometimes, what unfolds aligns with our predictions, but more often, life takes unexpected turns. These surprises can be overwhelming, especially when they are not what we had hoped for, but they also remind us of the unpredictable nature of life and the importance of being adaptable. Consider the story of a sailor navigating the unpredictable seas. Just as the sailor must adjust his sails to the changing winds and tides, we too must learn to adapt to the changing currents of life. The sailor doesn't fear the sea for its unpredictability. Instead, he respects it and learns to navigate it skillfully. Similarly, we should approach life's uncertainties not with fear, but with a willingness to adapt and learn. In conclusion, Marcus Aurelius teaches us that our suffering often stems from our thoughts about the future, rather than the future itself. By focusing on the present and dealing with the future as it comes, we can alleviate much of this self-inflicted pain. The lesson here is to embrace the present, adapt to the future, and learn from the past. This approach not only eases our worries, but also prepares us to handle life's unpredictable nature with grace and resilience. As we apply these Stoic principles, we can transform our lives, finding serenity and strength in the face of life's constant ebb and flow. Imagine Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, addressing you directly about a common worry we all face: the anxiety about the future. He once profoundly stated, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." This powerful quote encapsulates a fundamental Stoic principle. The strength you possess now is sufficient to confront future challenges. Marcus Aurelius believed that if we can manage the complexities and uncertainties of today, we're equally equipped to handle what tomorrow may bring. He urges us not to get lost in the maze of potential disasters that might never occur, but to anchor ourselves firmly in the present moment. This approach mirrors the Stoic concept of amor fati, which translates to the love and acceptance of fate. It's about embracing life as it unfolds, fortified by the confidence that if we can withstand today's trials, we're prepared for tomorrow's as well. Marcus Aurelius practiced this by not dwelling on every possible negative outcome. Instead, he focused on his current experiences, understanding that if he could persevere through them, he could also navigate future obstacles. Let's also recall the words of Stoic philosopher Seneca, who said, "Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters." This ties beautifully with Marcus Aurelius's teachings. It's not about how long we live or how far we can see into the future, but how well we play our part today, in the present moment. By doing so, we build resilience and wisdom, equipping ourselves for whatever lies ahead. So as you face life's uncertainties, remember these Stoic teachings. Embrace the present with courage and conviction, knowing that the same inner strength that guides you now will be your companion in the future. This is the essence of living a Stoic life, a life of purpose, resilience, and serene acceptance of what is to come. In his contemplations, Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, profoundly understood the transient nature of life, recognizing that our existence swiftly dissolves into the vastness of time, far beyond our grasp. He observed that both the past and the future are realms where we have no agency. What has transpired is irrevocable, and unless the realms of science fiction become reality, altering the past remains an impossibility. Marcus Aurelius eloquently stated, "Remember that man lives only in the present. In this fleeting instant, all the rest of his life is either past and gone or not yet revealed." This powerful reflection urges us to perceive the past as inconsequential and irrelevant to our current existence. It's not that the events of the past are without influence on our present, nor that they lack lessons to impart. The crux of the matter is that the past is an entity with which we cannot actively engage. Our memories, often clouded and imprecise, are challenging to verify, hinging on personal recollections and diverse perspectives. Yet, despite this, many of us remain tethered to past occurrences, incessantly replaying them in our minds, reliving the anguish they once caused. Some hold the belief that by pondering over past events, they can exert some form of control over them. This, however, is a mere illusion. The past has elapsed, leaving us to grapple only with thoughts of what has vanished, never to resurface. Echoing the sentiments of many, the phrase, "I wish I had done that differently," resonates with a yearning for the unattainable. Such thoughts breed desires that are forever unfulfillable, leading us down a path of fruitless rumination. Marcus Aurelius, instead, advocates for a focus on our responses to past events. As he wisely noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In applying this Stoic wisdom to our modern lives, it becomes evident that dwelling on the past is not only unproductive, but also detrimental to our mental well-being. The Stoic approach encourages us to embrace the present, to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions. This mindset is particularly relevant in today's fast-paced world, where the allure of past glories or the shackles of former missteps can impede our progress and cloud our judgment. In conclusion, Marcus Aurelius teaches us a valuable lesson: to live in the present, to learn from the past, but not be bound by it, and to understand that our power lies in how we respond to life's challenges. By adopting this Stoic perspective, we can navigate life with a more serene mind and a resilient spirit, making the most of each moment as it unfolds. In the intricate tapestry of life, we often find ourselves entangled in the threads of past events, experiences that shape our perceptions and actions. Marcus Aurelius, a beacon of Stoic wisdom, teaches us a profound lesson about the nature of these experiences. He prompts us to ponder, can we genuinely label an event as unfortunate if it does not contravene the core of our human nature? This question lies at the heart of Stoicism and our journey through life. Our past, be it riddled with hardships, failed relationships, or unsuccessful endeavors, is not merely a collection of misfortunes. Instead, it's a crucial segment of our life's journey, an integral chapter in our story. These experiences, no matter how challenging, are not just obstacles but opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. They push us to explore our limits, understand our resilience, and ultimately, find ways to transcend them. Imagine a difficult childhood, not as a series of unfortunate events, but as a crucible forging strength and character. Envision the end of a cherished relationship not as a loss, but as a lesson in the impermanence and fluidity of life. View business failures not as defeats, but as stepping stones to greater understanding and future success. Each of these scenarios, while challenging, contributes to our growth, preparing us for future challenges. Marcus Aurelius, through his Stoic lens, urges us to detach from the essence of these events. It's not the events themselves that define us, but how we respond to them. Our reactions, our decisions in the face of adversity, are what truly shape our character and our destiny. By embracing this perspective, we transform our past from a burden into a source of strength and inspiration. Consider the allegory of the oak tree. An oak tree endures storms, winds, and rains, yet each challenge only strengthens its roots and broadens its branches. Similarly, we must view our past trials as the storms that strengthen our roots of resilience and broaden our branches of wisdom. In rewriting our narrative, we must adopt a language that resonates with inspiration and education. Our past is not a chain that binds us, but a ladder that elevates us. It's a rich source of lessons, a wellspring of strength that empowers us to face the future with confidence and serenity. In conclusion, the Stoic journey, as guided by Marcus Aurelius, teaches us to view our past not as a series of unfortunate events, but as a valuable part of our life's journey. It's a journey that shapes us, teaches us, and prepares us for what lies ahead. By embracing this perspective, we can transform our past experiences into a source of strength, wisdom, and inspiration, paving the way for a future filled with growth, resilience, and serenity. Let us carry this lesson forward, applying it to our lives and sharing it with our community, as we continue to navigate the ebbs and flows of life with a serene mind and a resilient spirit. In our journey through life, we often encounter moments that challenge our perception of what is fortunate or unfortunate. But let's pause and reflect. Can we truly label something as unfortunate if it doesn't contradict the essence of what it means to be human? Marcus Aurelius, a sage of Stoicism, prompts us to ponder this. He asks if events that align with nature's will can ever be against it. This leads us to a profound realization. Understanding nature's will is key. Marcus Aurelius enlightens us that our true nature thrives on virtues like justice, prosperity, self-control, determination, honesty, and humility. These qualities aren't hindered by external events. Rather, they are opportunities for our true nature to flourish. Marcus Aurelius, however, doesn't dismiss the past's significance. He views it as a compass, teaching us through its cyclical patterns. Yet, when our gaze turns to the future, our imagination often runs wild, crafting numerous scenarios, many of which may never materialize. We find ourselves anxiously contemplating how to navigate potential outcomes, trembling at the unknown that lies ahead. Sometimes life unfolds as we anticipate, but often fate presents us with unforeseen events for better or worse. This is where Stoicism becomes a guiding light. It teaches us to embrace life's unpredictability with equanimity. As Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "Life is like a play. It's not the length but the excellence of the acting that matters." We are reminded that our focus should be on how we respond to life's events, not on the events themselves. Our actions, grounded in virtue, are what define us. In facing life's uncertainties, Marcus Aurelius advises us to concentrate on living in the present, making the most of the now without being weighed down by the past or anxious about the future. This aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what's within our control. As Epictetus, a Stoic teacher, stated, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." By embracing this mindset, we cultivate resilience and inner peace. So, let's take a moment to reflect on our own lives. Are we allowing external events to dictate our happiness and peace of mind? Or are we choosing to respond with virtue and strength, in alignment with our true nature? Remember, it's not the events themselves that shape us, but our responses to them. Let this be a reminder to us all. In the grand tapestry of life, it's our virtues and our responses that truly define our journey. In the twilight of life, many find themselves reflecting on the plans they've meticulously crafted for their golden years. These visions of an idyllic retirement, however, are often disrupted by life's unpredictable nature. Yet, it is in these moments of uncertainty and upheaval that the teachings of Stoicism, particularly those of Marcus Aurelius, become a beacon of guidance and resilience. Consider the scenario where one faces a daunting diagnosis of late-stage cancer, with the sands of time rapidly slipping away. It's a situation that naturally breeds anxiety and fear, leading one to ponder the extremes of life's possibilities. What if global turmoil erupts? What if financial security crumbles? These thoughts, while understandable, are echoes of Seneca's wisdom, reminding us that our worries about the future are but creations of our mind. The future, in its essence, is a blank canvas, not yet marred by the brushstrokes of reality. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, teaches us the art of facing life's adversities with dignity and grace. He urges us to rise, to stand tall against the gales of fate, no matter the magnitude of our struggles. Dress in your finest, step into your best shoes, and craft moments that will echo through eternity. For Aurelius, it's not the events themselves that define us, but our reactions to them. The past is unchangeable, and the present may be beyond our control, but our response to these events lies firmly in our hands. Reflecting on his own life, Aurelius viewed challenges not as misfortunes but as opportunities for growth and reflection. Whether it was a tumultuous childhood, the loss of a dear friend, or a business venture gone awry, he believed that the true essence of these events was not in their occurrence, but in how he confronted them. He posed a profound question: can we truly label an event a disaster if it doesn't violate the core of human nature? Is something really a catastrophe if it doesn't contradict the fundamental will of nature? Consider the words of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This sentiment resonates deeply with the Stoic philosophy and serves as a powerful reminder that our perception and reaction to life's events hold the key to our tranquility and happiness. In our modern lives, filled with constant change and uncertainty, these teachings are more relevant than ever. They offer us a framework to navigate the complexities of life with a calm and composed mind. The Stoic approach encourages us to embrace life's unpredictability, to find joy and meaning in the present moment, and to cultivate an inner strength that remains unshaken by external circumstances. In our journey through life, we often find ourselves entangled in the complexities of past events and future anxieties. This is where the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, becomes a beacon of guidance. His teachings, deeply rooted in the principles of Stoicism, offer a profound perspective on how to navigate life's unpredictable tides with grace and resilience. Marcus Aurelius posed a thought-provoking question: do the events that have transpired hinder our ability to act with virtues such as justice, generosity, self-control, intelligent judgment, honesty, humility, and authenticity? These qualities are essential for our natural essence to thrive. Interestingly, Aurelius did not entirely disregard the past's significance. He perceived it as a compass, a means to observe the cyclical nature of events, thereby gaining insights into the future. This brings us to the essence of his philosophy, the present moment. Aurelius emphasized that the present is all we truly possess. It's a fleeting, narrow field within our grasp. Unlike the vast, uncontrollable realms of the past and future, the present exists only momentarily, with the rest of our lives either already gone or yet to be revealed. However, we often find ourselves preoccupied with what lies beyond the present. We may feel discontent with the current state of affairs, perhaps due to unmet plans or desires. In such moments, the present can feel like a confining space, overshadowed by the future or haunted by the past. Aurelius offers a liberating perspective. He encourages us to fully immerse ourselves in the present, accepting it as it is. He advises against allowing our emotions to be swayed by the current situation, regardless of whether it aligns with our preferences or clings to what we possess. He believed that, while the unfolding of the world is beyond our control, our response to it lies firmly within our power. Let's consider the allegory of a sailor navigating the sea. The sailor cannot control the wind or the waves, yet they can adjust their sails and steer the ship. Similarly, we may not have control over the events that life presents to us, but we can control our reactions and attitudes towards them. Expanding on this, imagine a tree that bends in the wind. The tree does not resist the force of the wind. Instead, it adapts and moves with it, demonstrating resilience and flexibility. This is akin to how we should approach life's challenges, not with resistance, but with adaptability and acceptance. Marcus Aurelius teaches us a valuable lesson: to cherish the present moment and respond to life's challenges with virtue and equanimity. By doing so, we can transform our lives, finding peace and fulfillment in the here and now. As we navigate through life, let us remember that while we cannot control the external world, we have the power to control our internal world, our thoughts, reactions, and attitudes. This is the key to a life of serenity and resilience, a life that truly flourishes. In this journey of life, we often find ourselves at the mercy of circumstances beyond our control. Picture yourself navigating through a childhood riddled with challenges and adversities. It's tempting to see this past as a string of misfortunes. Yet, Marcus Aurelius, a beacon of Stoic wisdom, teaches us a vital lesson here. It's not the events themselves that matter, but our response to them. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher, held a profound belief. When faced with life's events, if we refuse to see them as disasters, they lose their power to harm us. This is a matter of perspective. Rather than being ensnared by the sorrows of what has been, we should focus on how these experiences have sculpted us, fortifying our resilience. This aligns perfectly with the Stoic ethos, embracing the unchangeable and discovering strength in the now. Aurelius saw nature's laws as his compass. To resist these laws, to harbor anger or sorrow against the natural course of things was, in his view, akin to desertion. He advocated for a harmonious existence with the inevitable. Let's say you're currently facing a tough chapter in your personal life, perhaps the loss of a significant relationship engulfed in feelings of sadness and despair. In these moments, Stoicism offers a beacon of hope. It teaches us to look beyond the immediate pain and understand the broader context of life's ebb and flow. Aurelius famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This powerful quote underscores the essence of Stoicism. The real battleground is within our minds. Now imagine transforming your perspective. See your lost relationship not as a personal tragedy but as a part of the natural order, a phase in the grand cycle of life. This shift in viewpoint doesn't negate the pain but empowers you to move forward with resilience and wisdom. It's about finding meaning and growth in the midst of turmoil. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or denying pain. It's about acknowledging these feelings and then choosing a path of constructive response. As another Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, advised, "Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will flow well." By embracing this philosophy, you start to see life's challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for personal growth and development. Each hardship becomes a stepping stone, building your character and enhancing your understanding of life's intricate tapestry. In essence, Stoicism teaches us to embrace life as it comes, finding strength in adversity and wisdom in acceptance. It's a call to align with the natural flow of life, understanding that while we cannot control every event, we hold the power to control our reactions, as this, in turn, transforms our entire experience of life, leading us to a path of serenity and resilience. In the profound teachings of Stoicism, as illuminated by Marcus Aurelius, we find a guiding light for navigating the tumultuous seas of life's challenges. This philosophy, particularly relevant for men aged 30 to 65, offers a robust framework for personal transformation. Let's delve into a Stoic approach to overcoming the loss of a relationship, a situation many encounter in their journey. Firstly, Stoicism teaches us to embrace acceptance. Losing a relationship, though painful, is a part of the human experience. It's not the loss itself, but our response to it that defines our character. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This perspective encourages us to accept what we cannot control and focus on our reaction. Secondly, the focus shifts to cultivating self-worth. In the wake of a breakup, it's easy to succumb to self-blame or despair. However, Stoicism urges us to look inward, developing and nurturing our inner strength. This self-development is not contingent on external validation, but is a journey of self-discovery and resilience. Thirdly, every end is an opportunity for growth. The end of a relationship is not just a loss, but a chance to learn and evolve. Reflect on the experience, draw lessons, and use them to fortify your spirit. This process of introspection and learning aligns with the Stoic belief in continuous personal growth. Fourthly, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in the present. Dwelling on the past or fretting about the future is futile. Instead, focus on the present moment, engage in activities that bring you joy, and cherish the simple pleasures of life. This mindfulness leads to a more fulfilling and balanced life. Fifthly, the value of community connection is paramount. In times of loneliness, reaching out to friends or engaging with a community can provide comfort and support. Sharing your experiences and emotions creates a sense of belonging and helps in healing. Sixthly, mastering your emotions is crucial. Stoicism doesn't advocate for suppressing emotions, but rather understanding and managing them effectively. This emotional intelligence prevents us from being overwhelmed by our feelings and helps maintain a balanced perspective. Incorporating these Stoic principles into modern life offers practical advice for personal betterment. Start by focusing on what's within your control. Begin with small steps, without comparing yourself to others or worrying about the future. The key is to take action in the present moment. In conclusion, as you embark on this journey of change, remember that motivation may fluctuate, but persistence and consistency are your allies. As another Stoic philosopher, Seneca, said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Embrace this wisdom, and may you find the strength and serenity to transform your life through the timeless principles of Stoicism. Before we conclude, I want to share with you an intriguing story about how Stoicism profoundly transformed the life of the former mayor of Vancouver, Sam Sullivan. Sam's journey is a testament to the profound impact Stoicism can have on one's life, especially when faced with adversity. Imagine being at the prime of your youth and suddenly, life throws a curveball at you. This was the reality for Sam Sullivan, who became a quadriplegic following a tragic skiing accident at 19. For 6 long years, he battled depression and suicidal thoughts, a period marked by darkness and despair. But then, Stoicism entered his life, like a beacon of hope in a stormy sea. Embracing its principles, Sam began to see his challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as stepping stones to personal growth. He embarked on a journey of self-improvement, working tirelessly with specialists to rehabilitate his body. Through simple movements and a monumental shift in mindset, he transformed from a passive victim of circumstance to an active seeker of success. This story isn't just about physical recovery, it's about a mental revolution, a testament to the Stoic belief that our reactions to events, not the events themselves, define our lives. Let's also reflect on the story of Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who experienced the theft of his metal lamp. Rather than succumbing to anger or frustration, Epictetus chose to view the situation through a Stoic lens. He realized that while he lost a lamp, the thief lost something far more valuable: his moral integrity. The next day, Epictetus simply replaced the lamp with a cheaper clay one, demonstrating the Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. This philosophy resonates with a personal experience of mine. As a student, I lost $1,000, a significant amount for someone not yet financially independent. Initially, I was engulfed in distress, but then I remembered the Stoic teachings. I realized that dwelling on my loss was futile. If the money was irrecoverable, then it should be viewed as a lesson, albeit a harsh one. This shift in perspective significantly lightened my mood and helped me move forward. These stories, from Sam Sullivan to Epictetus to my own, are vivid illustrations of Stoicism in action. They underscore a core tenet of Stoic philosophy. It's not what happens to us, but how we respond to what happens to us that matters. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote encapsulates the essence of Stoicism, the belief that our inner strength and rational thinking can help us navigate the tumultuous seas of life. Embracing a Stoic mindset is a transformative journey. It's about perceiving the world and our experiences through a lens of rationality, resilience, and inner peace. It teaches us to differentiate between what's within our control and what's not, urging us to invest our energy wisely. As you embark on this path, you'll find that the question of how to be happy becomes redundant. Happiness, according to Stoicism, is a byproduct of living a life of virtue, wisdom, and acceptance of what life brings our way. In conclusion, Stoicism isn't just a philosophy. It's a practical guide to living a fulfilled life. It teaches us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, to maintain our moral integrity in the face of adversity, and to find strength in our ability to choose our responses to life's events. As we continue to explore Stoic teachings, let's remember that the journey to a Stoic life is gradual but deeply rewarding. It's a path that leads not just to knowledge but to a profound transformation of the self. As we draw to a close in this exploration of Stoicism through the lens of Marcus Aurelius, it's clear that these ancient teachings offer more than just philosophical musings. They provide practical guidance for navigating the complexities of modern life. By embracing the Stoic principles of focusing on what we can control, accepting what we cannot, and finding strength in our inner resilience, we can approach life's challenges with a calm and composed mind. Remember, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or denying the hardships of life. It's about acknowledging these realities and choosing to respond with wisdom, courage, and serenity. As Marcus Aurelius himself said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." As we continue our journey on Stoic in Your Life, let's carry these lessons with us, applying them to our daily lives and sharing them with others. Together, we can cultivate a community of resilience, wisdom, and inner peace. If you found value in today's video, Change Your Life with Stoicism by Marcus Aurelius, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos where we'll delve even deeper into the profound teachings of Stoicism and how they can transform your life. Thank you for joining us on this Stoic journey. Until next time, continue to navigate life's ebbs and flows with a serene mind and a resilient spirit. Remember, in the words of Seneca, life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. Let's make each moment count.